Now, just to add in the complications, we're now going to add in the archangels, which in theory should be quite straightforward, because all we're now going to do is embody the principles that we've been talking about. Basically anthropomorphize them and turn them into an archangel. So before us, in front of us to the east, we have Raphael, the archangel Raphael. Now what I'm going to do is to visualize Raphael in robes of blue and yellow, flapping in the breeze. He commands the breeze, he is the breeze, he is intellect, he is all of those things now embodied into a physical form. Now, what I'm going to do is literally imagine and visualize Raphael standing there before me, holding the elemental weapon that is attributed to air and the east, which is the sword or the dagger. But because he's an archangel, it's a sword. Big sword, proper sword, shiny, incredible sword. And his robes are incredible. He looks incredible. Archangels are male. Sorry about that, ladies, but they're all male. Raphael in front of me, in the embodiment of intellect, the embodiment of air. It takes practice to get that visualization. So guess what? I'm going to recommend, go to Google, go to your Bible, go to the churches. One of the things about churches is they design those things really cleverly. They put, if you look, most old built churches are built in the shape of a cross that orientates to the east. And also what they have are stained glass windows. That in days of old, that would have been where all the light coming in, shining through these incredibly made pictures. You might want to start interpreting some of those. And also, they will help you with the visualizations, because a lot of those stained glass windows have the archangels actually on them, if you look. And because, of course, you're standing in darkness, in theory, and the light is streaming through, you're seeing them illuminated. This is a really easy way of learning how to visualize, because what I could do is go and stand in the church, stare at the stained glass windows till I've got it, then close my eyes and remember how that looks. Now I can start building up that thought form and actually put Raphael in front of me. Literally, I visualize him standing right there. Powerful figure, big figure. Use what I have. Now, to the south, we're going to have Michael, which is actually Michael, Michael. The letters EL on the end denote of God. So a lot of these names end in L. It means of God. So we've got Michael, robes of red. A lot of will here. What he's holding, he could be holding a sword if we go for the Christian convention. However, because I'm much more into the magical convention, he's got the wand of power. It's not a stick. It's not a stick. It's the wand of power. Big wand, proper wand, blasting rod. This wand commands will across the universe. Okay, that's the visualization to build up. Now he's got robes of red or scarlet, if we want to be really correct. I'm surrounded by flames and you get the idea. It takes practice to build up that visualization. You can do it. One of the things I did, I found all sorts of old children's books. Second-hand bookshops are good for this. Go to the children's section, because there's lots of religious texts that people have for kids and then they get rid of again. You'll find all sorts of storybooks for children that have really good pictures in. I cut those out, and I got lots of different representations of the same archangels, so I had a really good variety to choose from to build up the pictures myself. Just a thought. To the west, Gabriel. Now Gabriel, water, remember, blue, robes of blue, water flowing everywhere. He has the elemental weapon of the cup. Doesn't sound like much of a weapon, does it? But cup, symbolic of the element of water. It is not just any old cup. It's not like a teacup, unless you really want a teacup. It's the cup. Some people like to visualize it as the Holy Grail, because a lot of people think of the Holy Grail as being the cup that either Christ drank from or collected the blood. Who knows? It's a cup, but it's got to be ornate and elaborate and all the rest of it. If you want to see the kind of cup, go to Israel, go to Jerusalem. Orthodox Jews, or basically Jewish people generally, have amazing cups. I've noticed this. And in Jerusalem, I had a look at one. It was amazing. I said, how much is that? And she said, it's a lot of money. I didn't bother asking beyond that because I thought that is a lot of money. That's what Gabriel is holding, that cup. I had to find a representation. I saw it going, that's the one that Gabriel is going to be holding. So you've got water flowing everywhere, robes of blue, and so on. I'm going to see him there. When I see him there, guess what? I'm balancing him up with what's over here as well. So I've still got Raphael over here. I've still got Michael over here. We don't just visualize one, forget about them and move on to the next one. These are all existing to balance up the elements. And to the north we have Oriole. There's often confusion between Oriole and Uriel. A-U-R-I-E-L and U-R-I-E-L. Good luck working that one out, which one's which. To the north we have your Oriole. Now Oriole is in robes of black, russet, olive green, citron, basically all the colours that are associated with the element of earth. He is holding the pentacle. The pentacle is basically the disc. It can be a very large coin. It could be, it's representative of the element of earth or of manifestation. And he's surrounded by countryside and oak trees, seems to work for me, and valleys and so forth. And now I come back to the east again. Now what I've got, I have my 4 archangels in place. I'm going to put my arms out in the shape of a cross. And I'm going to say, before me, Raphael. Raphael's there. Behind me, guess what? Gabriel. On my right hand, Michael. On my left hand, Oriole. Now, once I've built up those visualizations enough times, literally what I can do at this point in the ritual, I can go, before me, Raphael. Just saying the name is enough to remind me that Raphael is there with his sword and his robes of yellow and blue and the wind blowing. Behind me, Gabriel, and he's there. I just have to say the word and he's there. If all we're doing is saying the words and we're not bothering with the visualizations, then we're just doing a bunch of gestures that actually have no value. The visualizations are the most important part. It takes a lot of practice to build up these visualizations. I have to keep making that point clear because what tends to happen is people just quit and end up performing the external gestures for the benefit of the group that they're working with, but actually are never doing any of the inner work. On my right hand, Michael. Of course, now I can see Michael is there because I built up the visualization. And on my left hand, Oriole. Next line is, for about me flames the pentagrams. These are the pentagrams that we have drawn previously. For about me flames the pentagrams. So we hold those visualizations. Question that came up recently is, are the archangels this side of the pentagrams or the other side of the pentagrams? And I thought that was an absolutely superb question for a number of reasons. Firstly, it had never occurred to me that there would be a difference. And I'll explain how I do this in a second. But secondly, it showed me that that particular student was visualizing. Because to ask the question, they were sequencing the visualizations in order, ordering them. So I thought, yes, they're getting it. They're doing the visualizations. Generally, my pentagrams will be here and the archangels are further out because the archangels are representative of more sort of out there elements that go out across the entire universe or constitute the universe. So for me, the pentagrams are a lot closer, and through those pentagrams we see the archangels. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. On my right hand, Michael. On my left hand, Oriole. For about me flames the pentagrams, and in the column shines, or stands, I've seen both those practices, in the column shines the 6-rayed star. Now to explain what the column is, imagine I've drawn a 6-rayed star on the floor, and that 6-rayed star goes all the way up and all the way down and out, so that the points of the star are actually infinite out into the universe. Remember what I said before about the 6-pointy star being that of a universal working, whereas the pentagrams are much more an elemental microcosmic working. And I'm in the center of that, so essentially there's a hexagram around me, because I'm at the centre of that star. And that is a column that comes up and down. And I'm in the centre of that. So in the column shines the 6-rayed star. And I'm in the centre of it. That's it. And then we close with the Kabbalistic cross, Ateh, Malkuth, ve-Geburah, ve-Gedulah, le-Olahm. We now have the full composite of the lesser banishing ritual of the Pentagram. Except in the next video, I'm now going to contradict myself, because I'm going to tell you that this actually isn't so much of a banishing. This is actually much more of something else. But it requires an understanding of a key piece in one of the source documents about the performance of this ritual. So we'll cover that in the next video. For now, practice the archangels first. Practice that. Because again, only once you've got those components is it worth then adding in the next part. Otherwise you're just going to get so confused by the whole thing.